Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Wannabes podcast. I'm Morgan, that's Luke, and that's Dreaded, and we're the hosts. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Love having you here.
What
up? If you didn't know already, our review tonight is going to be on the recently released Alien Romulus that was released earlier in the month of August. I cannot wait to discuss this film with you because we are all like Alien fans. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah, no, I get down.
Yeah,
I definitely do.
It'll be good. Before we get into that, we do have a little bit of news. So, Dreaded, do you want to start with the news that you have?
Yes, I do. We're going to go from least interesting to most interesting. So to start us off with, so we're all here anime fans, of course. And I've been pretty damn vocal on the fact that Attack on Titan is my all-time favorite anime / manga ever. However, now I'm questioning, have they officially gone too far with this, I guess, marketing and stuff like that? Because Attack on Titan is getting a 145-minute final chapter compilation film, which will be released in theaters, apparently with improved visuals, and will be releasing November 8th, 2024. Why was Crunchyroll not enough? Could we not hear the screams and the cheers around the world in many houses and rooms and stuff as we watched the Survey Corps do what they had to do in the last chunk of Attack on Titan, which I'm not going to say out loud in case nobody knows because that ending is awesome.
I mean, it's just weird that it's being referred to as a compilation with improved visuals. That's weird. That's weird wording. Just turn it into a movie like Gundam is done, One Piece is done. You know, everybody does it.
Well, it's a compilation film because sometimes some anime, Attack on Titan has actually done this before, where they released a like movie version of like their season rather than watching it episodic. So it's not, like it's just the last two specials just combined together into a movie for us to watch in theaters. Actually,
it's odd. I feel that's you know why? Just call it a movie, especially with improved visuals. It's a fucking movie. You made a movie.
And what visuals need to be improved on? They looked great. I was on my chair watching that shit.
I'm intrigued now. Now that you said that. Improved? Because that animation is pretty crispy. Now, I will give Attack on Titan some credit. It's got some crispy animation.
But you know what? The huge Attack on Titan fan in me is saying, fuck it, just go watch it in theaters because why the hell not?
I mean, I will. I'm behind anyway, so this works for me.
Like, I'll go see it, sure. But I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to plug something else here that I care about more. And that is going to be the animated Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim, that's coming out in December. So, yeah.
Okay.
Animated by who?
I actually am not 100% sure. I can find that out, though.
It matters. By the way, since we're talking about different animated things, the Rick and Morty anime, I kind of dig.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing. Okay.
I'm kind of on board with it. Just
all right then. Well, in that case, hey Ramp, what's going on, brother? Anyway, so
Heyo.
I'll probably watch it. However, I just don't understand why it's a thing, especially when a lot of the most popular anime movies aren't really like compilation films of what's happened in the season. It's like new stuff, actually, from JJK, having JJK Zero covering the manga before the actual manga, or Demon Slayer having its movie, which was supposed to be a part of the actual canon of the season, but didn't release it as a season. And then you got the My Hero movies, and you got Dragon Ball with like Broly and Superhero and everything like that. Yeah, so I just find it. But Attack on Titan really ain't a series that can do that, I would say. But you know, it is just weird.
You know what they could do? Just pick side characters or something and like just have different adventures.
So
maybe
because you asked who was doing the Lord of the Rings War of Rohirrim animation.
Who's animating that?
So production companies, firstly is New Line Cinema and Warner Bros. Animation, because they are the ones who released it with Peter Jackson to begin with. They're the ones who hold the rights, but they're also doing it with Sola Entertainment, which, if anybody's not familiar, is a Japanese animation studio founded back in 2009.
Famous for what?
I feel like I've heard of that too, actually.
They are known for sorry, Scrolling. It's about to scroll.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's
They
all my
are
fault.
known for the Blade Runner Black Lotus, Rick and Morty the anime.
Ah,
Okay.
They're also known for Evangelion, Ultraman, Ghost in the Shell, which is specifically the SAC 2045, Samurai and Shogun, Summer Meets God, which is another which is part of Rick Meets Evil. It
They're
goes
in good
on.
hands.
There is for films. They are known for Starship Troopers. They are known for Appleseed Alpha, another Ghost in the Shell movie. They are also known for, in terms of video game animation, Tekken 7, Shin
Oh.
Godzilla,
Oh.
and currently in works, Tower of God, The God of High School, Shenmue, the animation, Kamui, I believe, Lazarus, and Rooster Fighter, as well as Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim, which looks like the Lord of the Rings animation is actually going to be a movie, not a series.
Okay.
well, I'm excited to check this out.
Yeah.
That's some good animation there.
Fucking here
All right,
for
then.
it.
But anyway, Attack on Titan movies coming, whatever. Anyway, so moving on, and some cool news regarding Deadpool and Wolverine. Actually, Deadpool and Wolverine has passed Joker in becoming the highest R-rated movie ever.
Excellent.
Great.
I love that it's at the top spot. That's where Daredevil deserves to be.
They deserve it.
About time.
Good for them. Good for them. Good for them. Anyway, now let me get a little.
Oh, did you guys see the Gambit scene?
I didn't actually see the scene, but I know about it.
Morgan.
That's actually good. Maybe
I did.
All right, excellent. So
maybe something we talked about in the past of Channing May getting his shot could happen. Maybe.
yeah, Gambit survives. So that's awesome.
Chet is
highest
asking
grossing,
highest grossing, yeah.
Anyway,
And Gambit survived.
yes.
There is something, by the way, that, just to interrupt, there is another thing I want to bring up with you guys because I want your feelings on it before we get to our final piece of news. But I don't know if you want that now or later. That's all.
I'm intrigued now.
Okay. Have you guys heard about the new animated anthology series coming out?
No.
It is going to be done by the Death and Robots creators.
Oh.
It is being done with Netflix and as well as Amazon Prime's Video's Secret Level, and Amazon Prime Video. But it's called Secret Level, and it premieres on December 10th, and they are making an anthology series that features stories from a shit ton of games. I'm talking God of War, Sifu, Warhammer 40K, and a shit ton more. I'm just
now I know
really
what you're
hyped
talking
for it. That is all.
Yeah.
That sounds cool, but I want another season of Love, Death, and Robots, please.
I think we'll still get that though.
I think so.
I want it. I just want it. I don't really want to hear about anything else but more Love, Death, and Robots.
See,
That's
I
kinda what I'm
want
getting
Love,
at.
Death, and
Like,
Robots.
This is cool,
I would say
is
no to another
but they could
season.
have been making Love, Death, and Robots.
I would say no to another season of Love, Death, and Robots if
Are
they
you
would
out of
take.
your fucking mind?
No, hold on. Let me finish. If they take some of the amazing work we've already seen from their previous seasons and give me a feature film.
Oh, wow.
Because there are some that I want to see so much more of.
I'm
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
There's some stories in Love and Robots. Like, I definitely want a part 2. Like that episode, The Witness. I really
Yeah.
want more of that. Actually,
There's so many good ones.
That is one of my favorite TV shows.
yeah, that is.
It's really good. I love that. I
It's
love
really, really
Love, Death,
fucking good.
Robots.
Yeah, that's wow. So yeah, stop telling me about other stuff, and nobody talk to me until Love, Death, and Robots comes out again.
Also,
Nice.
fun fact: it's created by Tim Miller, who was the first director of Deadpool.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks. That sucks that went down the way that it did.
Yeah.
Gotta be honest, because that was a whole passion project for everybody, and to know that we're this far in and he's more or less been forgotten about, like that's a bit of a bummer. He played a big part in that first one being made too.
Well, but yeah, I will watch that show, especially when I saw Kratos, the homie.
Yep, but he also like has his hands into like Sonic and shit. So I mean,
That is true as well.
Tim Miller's been doing just fine.
Yeah.
No, we'll talk about Sonic soon. Anyway, so let me get angry real quick, actually. Because for a very long time, I have waited for my man's Jason Voorhees to make a return to the
He
big
kind of
screen.
did.
I don't think I'm counting Ready Player One.
No. What the fuck is the movie that just came out over the spring? The third person horror movie where you follow the serial killer. That's basically Jason.
Is he wearing
In a
hockey
Violent
mask?
Nature? That's it. In a Violent Nature.
Is he wearing a hockey mask? Does he got a machete? Does he go?
He is undead. He is a deformed dude. He does wear a sack over his head, and I mean, he murders people violently whilst walking slowly
Yeah, it's still not good enough for me.
through the woods.
Still not good enough for me. Anyway, well, it looks like Friday the 13th is getting a series done by A24, first red flag. And unfortunately, it's going to be a prequel series.
Awesome.
Why?
Well, that just means that we still haven't completely decided on the rights to Jason, but we've decided the rights to Friday the 13th. That's what that means.
I am so not about this at all.
But also, why? Why are you not about this? This actually sounds kind of cool.
Don't we already know the story of Jason? It's like doing the story of Spider-Man or Batman again. He drowned in a lake.
It doesn't stop them. They keep doing them.
Thank you, but thank you. But thank you.
I don't want prequel series.
We
I
are
don't
on
need to
our
know the
third
origin of
Batman in
anything.
10 years. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and we didn't have to go through his backstory of that one.
I mean, kinda.
I mean, honestly, I would even be down for a fucking origin story of Michael Myers.
We know that too.
We know
Yeah,
it,
you
but
get all of his time in Smith's Grove.
yeah.
That
we
sounds
had
more
that.
like an A24 film than anything.
Yeah, but
Friday
we
the
had
13th.
that in the
I'll
Rob
give you
Zombie
that.
film, and I don't think a lot of people like that anyway.
That's because Rob Zombie did it.
Yeah, but do we
Yeah.
really care about what he's doing in Smith Groves? He's not killing people in there.
He does in Rob Zombie's version.
Well, he did, yeah, but still.
Well, I
So,
want
1%.
even more details. I want to know. I want a confirmed, theoried, and lored piece of fucking whatever on his mask so bad.
Okay, so look, I will say this. I think that A24 would fit more in the realm of Halloween as opposed
That's
to Friday the 13th.
That's fair.
True.
But I do think that if they're going to do this, if A24 is going to do something Friday the 13th, this would probably be the best way to do it. Jason isn't going to be in it, most likely, except for maybe the little one. So you don't have to worry about him. He's not a part of it. Then now you can do your A24 shit all over the mom.
Yeah, I'm not going cabin. This might make me a hater, or this might be unpopular opinion, but I don't give a damn about Mrs. Voorhees, high key.
The fact that A24 is doing it doesn't bother me. Honestly, I really don't care. But the fact that they're just doing something Friday the 13th related, that I care about, and I'm excited. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, well, I'm the one in the odds this one, so that's
you
fair.
already know the story and you don't give a shit about Pamela Voorhees. I get it. But if Jason comes back, you're just going to get shit about Jason that you already know and seen 100 times.
But that's who I enjoy.
Well, then fucking watch it a Violent Nature.
But that's not actually Jason.
I mean, it might as well be.
No, it ain't.
It definitely is. I was waiting for them to like give me some kind of thing that this was an unofficial official movie or something. This is how we worked around it because we're just going to call it a different name.
Yeah,
no.
I don't care, man. At least the Pennywise prequel is gonna have Pennywise in it, so at least I get that. So
I feel like you're getting a little too hung up about the A24 thing. That's all.
maybe I am because I don't really. I have mixed feelings about E24.
Yeah, right. They got hits and misses, but like, who actually is making this?
Don't know actually.
All right, well then that's gonna tell me everything I need to know.
Anyway, let's move on to the next thing. Let's talk about something else that I'm not really a fan of. Let's talk about Kraven the Hunter.
Come on, dude.
I don't think it looks that bad.
That trailer looked fucking sweet. What are you talking about?
I'm going in pretty, like, out of all of us, the least amount of knowledge. Like, what I know about Kraven Hunter is what I know from Spider-Man 2. But, like, from the video game? Yeah. So.
Hey, actually, Luke, I have a question. How accurate is that?
I mean, it's not on point. There's some things in there that they definitely, like the thing with the lion. No.
No, I'm talking about Spider-Man 2, Kraven.
Oh, like that just seems to be the thing that everybody's doing now, Or actually, hang on. Let me think about this for a second. Carry on.
Okay. Yeah, I thought this movie did not look that amazing the first time, and I still kind of stand by that. And I just kind of find it hilarious that you got enough faith in this, considering we've seen Sony's track record, and you're definitely not a fan of the Venom stuff coming out.
Yeah, okay, because this movie is finally getting right what Venom and even Morbius could not. It's probably not going to be the best movie I've seen, but because there's actually going to be blood and it's rated R, I'm going to be able to have the best fucking time with this movie, and that's all I need it to be. Just be a good fucking time. And this movie, oh my god, it's going to be so much fun. The Rhino looks so cool, and like that, like I think he looks awesome, and I'm excited that he's got superpowers and that he fucking is crashing into shit. And Kraven and him are going to fight in CGI madness. It's going to be great, and there's going to be blood, and that's what fucking Venom needs, and it would be so much more fun.
Oh god,
This isn't hard.
You're one of those people who thinks blood and gore makes it better.
Yes, it does.
Come on, freaking the Venom movies are stupid, but they're still fun.
Are you fucking telling me right here, right now, that if Let There Be Carnage was not rated R, it would not be a better time?
I would probably have the same opinion about it because my issue with Let There Be
full of shit.
Hold on a second.
Actually chopping people's heads off. Come on, dude.
Yes, it would be cool, but we still get a romantic comedy between Eddie and Venom rather than a focus on Cletus Cassidy and Carnage.
But I get the proper amount of violence for the source material, and that's like half the battle.
Throwing more violence in doesn't immediately make it all better.
How many times do we talk about movies and we're like, oh my god, why is it PG-13? These are those movies!
But it's the story would not change at all, and Let There Be Carnage will still be completely stupid but enjoyable.
So instead of it being boring and violentless, now it's exciting because they do stuff.
But it was goofy and hilariously dumb.
Why are we cutting away from Venom eating heads? Let me see it.
We saw it. It just wasn't bloody.
No, we didn't see it. That doesn't count.
Is it bad? Is it fun? It's kind of funny to think that the Spider-Man 2 game was more bloodier than the movie when he freaking big spoiler Kraven's head off.
Dude.
Yo, imagine if Venom showed up in this movie and that's how this movie ends.
I mean, I gotta imagine there's gonna be a fucking Avengers style team up at some point, right? Like there has to be.
I don't know.
They're definitely all in the same universe. All right, Morbius confirmed it. Shitty movie or not, they're in the same universe.
When it comes to multiverse stuff, like, yeah, we know that for the greater scheme, but I do wonder, like, which universe are they? Well, no, it can't be Andrew's universe anymore because I think the fact that Rhino is here definitely changes that. So
because it's a different Rhino,
exactly. So maybe they're doing their own Spider-Man ? Who knows?
Maybe it's Toby's universe.
Well, we never saw Kraven.
Never saw Kraven. Never saw Rhino.
We saw that graffiti of Toby in Morbius.
Yeah, that thing that they cut because they couldn't make up their mind.
However, the only thing is like we have Eddie Brock and Venom, and we've seen them die already in Spider-Man 3.
That's
which kind of basically like, okay, so it's hard to say.
We requel everything, so we could just do that.
Perhaps so.
But yes, dude, you are out of your mind by not being excited about this. Oh my god, those action sequences look so cool. How do you not think those are cool? And there's blood.
I have low faith in Sony movies now. Hell, I'm not even that excited for the new Venom.
I already know what I'm getting. Like, it's that goofy Venom universe, but we say it all the time, man. If Venom was rated R, we would have a much more fun time with them. This is rated R.
I still had fun with them.
It's gonna be a cheesy story. There's gonna be dialogue that's gonna be cringe as fuck. There's gonna be things that don't make any sense, like the fucking lion blood. Whatever. Does he fucking cut a dude's head off? Yes. Let's go.
Yeah, but watching them kill people does not make up for this movie still looks dumb.
See, but okay.
That's what the parent does, right, Kim?
Time out. I'm going to not take this any further because then we're going to get into a debate that we need to have next week. So I'm going to stop right here. But we're going to revisit this issue. I swear to God. Because this is an argument that I have for the movie that we saw. So get ready. Coming for you.
Okay, I know exactly where this is going, and I have my defense.
Coming
coming
at you with some heat. Tune in next week.
Moving on. All right, let's talk about the really big trailer that came out now. The one that I've been waiting for. Like, where the hell are you? And it finally happened, you guys. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. About damn
Woo!
time. About damn time. Jesus, I've
Shadow-
been waiting for this.
Shadow
Bravo.
looks great.
Shadow does look great.
He's sexy.
I saw a lot more Shadow than I thought. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Dude, his eyes.
Okay. Look, I know what world we're playing in. I understand that this is for children and shit, and like Sonic doesn't make any sense at all, just as is. But when he is in the air with that fucking motorcycle, I was like, what? We really fucking threw the motorcycle in for Shadow. He doesn't even need it, but we still gave him the motorcycle.
Okay, first of all, we're not going to question that because, first of all, Sonic characters have been driving vehicles for a long time. Tails has had the tornado since Sonic 2, I believe, and he can fly already.
Hey, Tails.
Shadow does not need a gun.
Tails needs. I guess Tails doesn't need the airplane in this universe anyway, but in the games, it makes more sense because he doesn't fly that fast.
Well, regardless, either way, he can fly. So, and Shadow can.
He's got
air shoes
rocket
fast,
boots.
Yeah, but still.
The fuck is the point of the motorcycle? He's faster than that thing can go anyway.
And not to mention, we saw in the Knuckles series. Well, we saw that Knuckles is also pretty damn fast as well. He was driving a motorcycle in the Knuckles series, actually.
I still need to watch that.
Well,
Don't mind me.
Okay.
Moving on.
That was a reference to Shadow the Hedgehog. Yes, I know that was a reference to Shadow the Hedgehog on the PS2 on the motorcycle. Give him a gun. For the love of God, give him a gun.
I completely understand what it's from. They're just saying it just feels so out of place considering how fucking OP he is in the rest of the trailer.
Why not? Why? Let him have his motorcycle. He can drive a motorcycle if he wants.
He's super OP. Give him a motorcycle.
I just
why not?
love. I want to immediately say that I love and adore fucking Knuckles immediately shitting on Sonic. Like, oh, he looks better than the last hedgehog I fought. Like, I love it.
Fucking
It's so
Knuckles,
simple,
bro.
so dumb.
This cast is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Also,
It's
the
cool.
CG
Cool,
looks
hot
so good too.
Yeah, it does.
Like they definitely improved it much.
Mhm.
I
I
see a lot of more
really,
detail in the fur.
I'm really interested in how they're tying Maria Robotnik, and if she's even going to be a Robotnik in this story.
Papa Robotnik is hilarious.
I feel, yeah, this is gonna get interesting because one of the big changes, considering how things go down in both Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog, is Gerald's alive.
Yep.
Because in the OG story, it was Maria's death that completely drove him mad, that led him onto a plot line that would lead Shadow to destroy the world with false memories, actually. But Robotnik himself was long gone at this point, actually. But he's still around. And I also don't see any evidence of the space colony arc being a thing. We actually see in, I think, a brief moment of Maria being dead at both Shadow and Gerald's lap. So they're still taking into account a lot of what's happened in the OG lore, but looks like it's taking a different direction with it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they weave this altered story for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see what changes will happen. I'll determine if I do or don't like them when we see it.
Yeah. Hopefully they still work out. Also, let's talk about Keanu as Shadow.
I mean, sounds great.
I don't hear enough of him, and I wonder if that's on purpose.
I actually
Probably.
heard a lot. I actually heard a lot of Keanu in that. I think his first line he says like "You're a code for bunch." That was like, oh, okay, that's really good. But I think in some of his later dialogue, I'm like, okay, I definitely hear the Keanu in there.
I'm excited.
I still kind of want to know what Hayden Christensen would have sounded like as Shadow.
Do you think he ever got a shot?
I don't know, but I saw something on
audition tape out there.
I think I saw a fan casting Hayden Christensen to be Silver the Hedgehog, and I was like, oh, wait, that's actually pretty good too.
I see. I don't know enough about these characters. This is after my time.
That's fair enough, but Silver the Hedgehog is one of the most underrated, overhated characters in the Sonic franchise.
Oh! Is he the time traveler?
Yes, he's Trunks.
Okay. Thank you. That's why I know who he is.
But I'm super excited. I can't wait. Jim Carrey as Eggman still looks funny. And dude, Agent Stone definitely is not a fan of his weight gain because he was not looking at him with those loving eyes like he usually would.
So that was actually pretty hilarious, and I'm glad that they are doing a big Robotnik now. Like, this is good.
Agreed.
All
It's gonna
good
be a good
things.
Yeah, I cannot wait for this. And also, please give him a gun. Let me hear a chaos blast, and y'all better hear "I Am All of Me" at least once in this movie. I know we're getting live and learn, but come on.
I just want to say that it was nice to hear, even though I really want a nice Hollywood orchestra to do Green Hill Zone.
Mhm.
It was nice to hear the Hill Zone theme throughout the trailer.
Mhm.
Like they keep teasing me with it. Just fucking do it in the movie for a whole sequence. Thank you. I need it.
It's okay. I mean, I
Dude,
still
nothing is
find
better than Green Hill Zone. All right.
I still find it
Fucking
funny
fight me.
that it was Tom's ringtone in the second movie.
Yeah, it's the ringtone in the second movie. There's like a piano version in the first, and now I got this in the trailer. Just give me it. Give me it. It's like not having Godzilla's theme in Godzilla. Just fucking do it.
But anyway, regardless of anything, this film looks awesome. I'm super excited. I'll be there Thursday night probably. I need a Shadow shirt. Maybe I should get my black arms tattoo.
I need to find a Sonic hat. I want a hat.
Don't you have that Sonic like thing on your couch?
I got a pillow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember I threw that at Breon when I was drunk.
You can see Sonic's eyeball peeking on my camera.
I
we got next.
was going to say one last thing regarding the film, actually, that I'm curious about. Because Shadow is the antagonist for a good chunk of Sonic Adventure 2, but I wonder if they're going to introduce any other antagonists, such as the Bio Lizard or Chaos, or I highly doubt it. But since they already established that Sonic and friends are aliens, fucking Black Doom. I mean, I don't see that happening, but like that would be quite the twist.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up having a other big bad they needed to go against, kind of like how we saw Knuckles team up with Team Sonic. Like I could see something like that happening as well in this film.
What if they go accurate with facing off against like the Bio Lizard or something like that? They go with the ending. Shadow supposedly dies but loses his memory actually, and then like Knuckles got his spin-off series. What if we got like a spin-off thing for Shadow and we followed more of, I guess, the Shadow the Hedgehog story?
It's possible.
I mean, that would be good for business for sure.
For sure.
Hell,
For sure.
Hell. Or even go the Sonic Heroes route where we actually get Metal Sonic.
Yo, Metal Sonic. I'm down for some Metal Sonic. Have you ever seen the Sonic the Hedgehog OVA?
I think once I did. I don't remember much about it though.
Well, it's phenomenal. You should watch it again. That's the whole point.
Okay.
Or again, you too.
No.
But yeah, Shadow's here. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And he looks great. He looks so awesome. His eyes, dude, got so much evil.
Dude, the eyes look sick as fuck. I really like how his eyes are looking. Even all of them. I feel like even we got a good eye shot for Tails. I feel like there's more detail in all of them.
Yeah,
with the CG work.
Well, I mean, Shadow's a dark colored character, so you got to add the definition to be able to
100%.
show, like you were saying with the fur. I got to be able to think that it's fur. So yeah, they probably came up with some new techniques here. I mean, it helps everybody makes fucking $750 million every time these fucking movies drop. So
Yep.
you know, actually, Sonic hasn't been doing that well. I think he hits the 500 mark every time.
I can check.
He's been doing good.
I
He's
mean,
not Super Mario good or nothing like that, but he's been doing good.
Right. No. I'm not hating. I just don't think he ever got that high. Or maybe I'm that high.
I mean,
Who's to
maybe.
say?
Are we talking about the movie specifically?
Yeah. Like what's the box office for the films?
I'm
Hold
pulling
on.
it up right now.
Sorry, sidebar. real
So
quick.
I already have it up. So the first film was 391.7 million.
Okay.
19 million.
And then Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was 405 million for box office.
I feel like the Shadow fans are gonna definitely bring the box office up on this one. Definitely.
I don't think they
At least I
really
would
make
hope.
these for that much money, so I'm gonna be curious to see how much they spent on this one because that Shadow is looking kind of crispy.
We will see. We will see. Well, anyway, so yeah, that's all we got for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. It's finally here, and I'm so happy I'm gonna replay that trailer a few times, watching Shadow be Shadow, because that's the homie. The last two bit of news are just fun little. I have our fun alien-related things actually, and we'll make these quick actually. Let's start with first talking about his arch nemesis, the Predator. How Dan Trachtenberg's next Predator film called Badlands is actually now filming, and it's supposed to be set sometime in the future.
Woo!
So that's cool.
Yeah, no, this is huge. I just recently watched Prey like a week and a half ago or so, and I
Again.
mean, it's so God, it's so good. It's so good. I love
No,
that
I'm-
movie so much. I'm excited to see where this goes.
I'm excited to see it finally taking place in the future as well, because we've gotten so much Alien in the future. I'm excited to see Predator finally really take place in the future.
Like today time, or like the future.
I don't know. I don't know. actually.
That statement makes me think. I would assume they would have said, if it was like present day, they would have said in present day, not in the future. I think in the future is like farther in the future
Beyond
than
us.
now. Yeah.
What if we're just talking about like the future from
Right.
What's Her Nugget in the first one?
I don't know.
I mean, it's possible. We'll have to see.
The ending of that movie certainly seemed to call out sequel.
Mm.
You know, if you watch for the credits, there's the fucking
Oh, that's
cave
fair.
paintings going the whole time too, and it shows them more predators show up.
That's
Also,
fair.
So does she fight more?
I don't know. Well, Predator Badlands is starring Ellie Fanning actually, so we don't have
Okay,
Naruto
so
coming
probably
back.
is what you guys are saying. That sounds kind of cool. Although I'm not gonna lie, with the whole Native American thing, like the idea of doing these things, like say the Mayans fight the Predator. I mean, we kind of saw that in Alien versus Predator, but that doesn't count. So like the Mayans do it, the fucking ancient Egyptians do it, you know, the Romans do it.
Yeah, but I would hate to see them kind of rehashing that idea over and over again of them doing different time periods. I guess, quote unquote, maybe getting like somewhat the same movie in a way. Which I guess I'm gonna be real. Raven has brought up that she feels that a lot of the Predator films always feel like she's kind of watching the same movie, and like,
Well, they follow
kind
the
of
same beats. You know?
yeah, they sell the same beats,
Yeah.
but it's always kind of like in a different skin.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Like they
Like the whole idea of seeing an ancient samurai fight the fucking predator sounds phenomenal.
Hmm.
How do you not get behind something like that?
I hope if they end up doing stuff like that, I just want them to always like continue to kind of evolve the lore and the mythos of a predator, because
Well,
this
and that's
hang on, because
Uh-huh.
Prey is very basic. It's like, okay, a predator comes to Earth, is hunting, and she's got to fight it and stuff like that. That's pretty basic, but what we actually get is a different kind of predator. Actually, that's very different from the ones we've seen throughout since the 80s. Actually.
sure.
So that's like, okay, that's new. So I wonder if we'll get new predators or new technology or maybe even new motives, considering what the Predator tried to do, which I have a weird relationship with that movie.
Well, there's different tribes of this species, aren't there? So I mean,
That is true.
they already keep coming to Earth as it is, so you're already getting the same fucking story because they always come to Earth. The only one that tried to be different was Predators. Predators is the only one that tried to be different, but being on a different planet,
which is the most underrated film in the entire the series.
Big time facts.
Yeah.
But yeah, they always fucking come to Earth, and you would I mean, it's essentially to see if they can end up hacking it. But if now we're going in the future, like technically they've been coming here for thousands of years and they still can't win. Like, pack it in.
Eventually they got to learn that, damn, we just can't win with these guys.
Exactly. We've literally been doing this for thousands of years now, from the time they couldn't even fucking build buildings, essentially, to, you know, now we're in the distant future.
There's in Predators too, like, because there's a line said by Lawrence Fishburne that says that like humans ain't the only thing they drop in here to hunt. Like, they've hunted shit you would not believe. And I'm thinking, what if we got a Predator film literally from the perspective of one, not only just going against humans, but going against maybe other creatures and races as well? Because hell, could you imagine if we got a film that was based off of like Wolf from AVPR? Like, it was just starring him. Sure, he doesn't talk or nothing like that, but we just follow him hunting other creatures like aliens or whatever else might be out there.
Well, I'm glad you said that.
Cool.
I'm glad you said that, because I think that's really the tough selling point. Maybe honestly, maybe an anime or something animated, maybe a TV show. But I think a whole movie following a character that doesn't talk and can't, you know, I think it'd be tough.
I don't think so, because
I would be into it.
I don't know, because we saw Godzilla, Kong, New Empire. There was a lot of Kong, and they don't talk, but we got everything that they were thinking.
Yeah, but they wear helmets.
What?
Predators wear helmets.
Yeah, well, still, they don't always.
Yeah, that we might be able to get to see more face work. Potentially.
Look, Hollywood,
or maybe
does
we
some dumb shit.
finally
Hollywood does some dumb shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, he's got a fucking helmet on and he doesn't talk. Who's going to want to watch that?
I mean,
I'm just saying.
I would be down for Predator language finally being made and we get subtitles for it.
Yeah.
We actually did.
I know, like just getting more of that.
Mm.
Like that'd be so nice.
Yeah. So I think that
I'm not
could
against
work
the idea.
out.
I don't want to give the wrong impression. I very much am on board with this idea.
Okay. And in the last thing in the news before, I think Morgan has something regarding before we get into the actual review. Fede says he wants to co-direct an Alien vs Predator movie with Dan Trachtenberg. Actually, I would like to see that. I actually would.
Yeah, that'd be badass.
I
That would
think
be very badass.
I think that both of their style. I think Fede's horror-esque style would complement the two better, definitely. But I think maybe what would Dan? I don't know. I think they would just make a good combo right there because they both made great Alien and great Predator movies.
Maybe as writing partners, but you definitely got to have one direct. I don't think they both could do it. They both got very distinct styles, and it's not like they came up together. You know what I mean? They're two very different ways of filmmaking here. I don't know, but yes, I'm on board. That sounds fucking sweet.
Anyway, that's the last bit of news I have. Morgan, did you have something?
Yeah, so just a little tidbit about a, well-known Alien and Avatar star and plenty of other great things. Sigourney Weaver. It's not so much about the franchise Alien itself as it is just somebody who is big in the franchise. She recently spoke to Deadline and officially announced which movie she's about to work on next. So the next set she's going to be walking onto is actually the movie for The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh, I did see that.
She said that she got to meet Grogu for the first time the other day, and she says, "I'm filming that before I go to London for the Tempest and at the end of the year." But she wouldn't draw like any attention to like what character or like what type of character she plays, or like even the nature of the role. She did say, "I can't say much about it right now, but it's fun to bounce between all the different universes." So I don't know. As a fan of like obviously all of them, I love Avatar. I love Aliens, and it's excited to see her joining another beloved franchise of mine. So
You go, Sigourney.
I also just love Sigourney Weaver. She's a fucking boss. So
right. Yeah, I agree with you. I love Sigourney Weaver. I mean, I'll watch anything she's in. Sure.
Even things she's not in, like Alien Romulus.
I gotta catch up on. Catch up on some Mandalorian. So
yeah, you do, bud.
I'll get to that before I watch the fucking movie.
Gotcha.
So
all right, let's talk about Alien Romulus now.
Yeah. So just in case Chad is wondering, Alien Romulus is set between the events of Ridley Scott's original Alien film and James Cameron's well-loved sequel Aliens. So just so you know that this is kind of where it stands. It is a standalone horror story, though it technically can be considered an interquel because it's still in there within the timeline. But before
Aliens 1.5.
Huh?
What?
Aliens 1.5.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Aliens 1.5. Anyway.
The aliens that I like better.
Oh, goodness. All right, so first things first, this budget. Like, don't get me wrong, there isn't a lot to the scenes. It's more like a lot of the big stuff is more like the CG work, you know what I mean? But the budget was only $80 million.
Wow, it looks fucking sweet for $80 million.
Yeah, it
I
does.
am so proud of this movie for that. I am so proud.
Somebody
100%.
took notes from Godzilla.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, they put a lot of work into the practical sets too, right? Like it's the old the old 80s but futuristic computers that they have and shit. They made it look like it belongs in this franchise. And that was cool to see.
100%.
The lighting in this film was also fucking phenomenal.
Well, before we get into all of that, because I absolutely
Alien
agree with
versus
you.
Predator Requiem, it is not.
So let's talk box office real fast, and then we can talk about how much we love this film, or at least how much I love it. In the United States and Canada, Alien Romulus was projected to gross 28 to 40 million in its opening weekend, with some estimates going as high as 45 to 55 million. The film made 18 million on its first day, which includes 6.5 million from Thursday night previews. It went on to debut for 42 million, topping the box office. The 3-day opening included an estimated 2.7 million admissions and was the second highest for the franchise and a record for the director Fede Alvarez. I hope I said that correctly. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Alvarez.
Which actually beating his previous, like his largest film was previously Don't Breathe, which is from 2016, and that earned only 26.4 in its opening weekend. So this like tripled it.
Wait, Don't Breathe was his lowest or his highest?
His highest, or doubled it, sorry, but it was his highest before this movie came out.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's surprising. Holy shit.
I thought for sure it would have been Evil Dead.
Anyway,
I'm just saying.
as of yesterday, August 27th, Alien Romulus has grossed 7.6 million in the United States and Canada and 152.4 million in other territories for a worldwide total of 229 million. In just 2 weekends, the film became the highest grossing horror film in IMAX with 31.2 million, only behind Prometheus.
I'm sure the movie looks great in IMAX.
It does. I saw it in IMAX.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had an AMC gift card, and y'all know me. I never go to AMC anymore. But I needed that popcorn bucket, which is seen behind me. It has a really fucking cool face hugger, which I can like pose 3 of its like
legs.
But yeah, when Dan and I were looking, we're like, we have to see this in IMAX. We have a gift card. Why not?
Well, it was a good idea to go get that. We were looking for the ones with the heads, but those are at different theaters.
Fucking Cinemark, closest one being in Flint to us.
But I'm very surprised that his movies were only grossing as much as they did. I thought for sure something crossed at least 50 million once, right? That's very surprising.
Which Evil Dead was his?
Evil Dead 2013.
2013. But the fact that this did it, I mean, makes all the sense in the world. This is, we'll get into it, but this is pretty fucking good.
Good for him.
Yeah, so Evil Dead 2013, just so you can compare, Luke, which this doesn't make it. So its box office was 97.5. But that was an opening weekend. Let me look at its opening weekend. And I will hydrate as soon as I finish this. So its opening weekend was only 25.8.
Wow.
Yeah, so Don't Breathe just beat it, just not even by 1 million.
Right. Okay.
So just for comparison, yeah.
Yep.
Hey guys, look what I just discovered.
Thank you for the hydrate.
What did you just discover?
Fede was the director of reshoots for Chaos Walking. Let's go!
All right, somebody talk about this movie before I choke him.
Bring it on.
I'm going to talk about this one little bit of news I was going to talk about when we talk about characters, but I'm just bringing it up because you want to talk about things that he worked on. This isn't something he worked on, but the director has revealed a bizarre connection between his film Alien Romulus and The Last of Us live action series on HBO.
Oh God.
So Fede revealed on X, or formerly known as Twitter, that Alien Romulus character K, which is the one that ends up being pregnant, played by Isabella Marced. I don't know how to say it. I'm so sorry. Was actually partly inspired by Dina from The Last of Us Part 2. So this is more towards the video games. We're going to be seeing Dina in the second season of Last of Us, I'm assuming. But yeah, his tweet specifically says, fun fact, I was playing The Last of Us Part 2 while writing Alien Romulus. The story of a pregnant Dina made me think of having the character K be pregnant too. And then I cast Isabella to play K.
Also, funny enough, looks like Isabella's going to play Dina in The Last of Us show in season 2.
I fucking love that. Let's go.
I also just discovered that this is the same girl who was in Transformers 5.
Okay.
Which one's 5?
The one you don't have to watch.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have. Where do you gentlemen want to start with our review of Alien Romulus.
I guess you might as well start from the beginning. I mean, you meet Rain. I actually I don't even know where to start with this thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me.
Do we want to talk characters?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Listen. I have a confession to make though. There was a chunk of this movie that I kind of don't remember, and I kind of can't say why I can't remember.
Which part?
Like the beginning. I mean, somewhat.
It's kind of slow. They're on a dystopian planet.
No, that's not why I don't remember it. I'll give you a hint. I was at a drive-in.
Okay,
with
that's
my
all we
girlfriend.
need. That's all we need, sir. My lord.
Oh, he was busy.
Yeah, I got some of the character beats from them, I suppose, in that beginning section, and I know there was one of them I definitely did not like because he was totally racist against black robots.
I was I was surprised to see how young all these actors were.
Yeah.
That was a cool move too. I think they all handled themselves very well. Honestly, I've never heard of any of these kids, but Kaylee Spaney plays our main character Rain. David Johnson plays Andy, her android brother. Yeah.
Yeah, something like
Yes.
that.
Andy's probably the best character in this
And
movie.
thank you. I
Yes.
100% agree with you. Andy is the MVP of this fucking character list that we have.
Yeah, I like them. And also, so Kaylee Spaney is actually in Pacific Rim Uprising. Actually,
Nice.
she was the little girl who made the robot.
Oh, no shit.
Yep, and Isabella is Isabella in Transformers 5. So I
She
guess
was
none of these
also-
people I know.
She was also most recently in Civil War. She's also, for anybody who knows, the movie Priscilla that came out in 2023. She's in not a lot. Like, she's still a relatively newer actress.
Well, that's what everybody is in this movie.
Oh,
It's-
100%.
it's cool to
100%.
see.
But she's in a couple still pretty big things as smaller roles.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I'm looking
what?
I'm looking at other members of the cast. Archie Renux, who
Renux.
plays Tyler, who's Rain's ex-boyfriend. For one, why does this dude kind of look like Ezra Miller in this Wikipedia picture? Like low-key kind of looks like him in a way.
Which one are you looking at?
Archie Renux, I think that's how you say his
It's
name.
probably
Renaud.
Renaud. It's
Renaud.
French. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anything
But also,
AUX is like out.
oh, okay.
Yeah. just
Also,
for
he was
future
in
reference.
he was in Morbius.
Yeah, he was.
I
how
just
did you
don't-
guys feel about the planet that they were on? Because I dug being able to see like how these guys live before they become cannon fodder.
Honestly, it make 100%. Like, no way. We know that there's colonies out there. That's not new to this franchise, right?
franchise.
And just knowing that there's like, especially what we see what happens to Rain, how she gets denied her leave, and it's just, oh, quotas
Work
got
more.
changed. You know, you have to keep working. Like this, it 100% fits in what I would expect on a really shitty colony in
In the
Alien.
Alien.
Yeah.
Also,
Yep. Go
was
ahead.
I the only one who got Lethal Company vibes from that moment too?
Never
She
played
just reached the. Yes, you have.
You have with
We
him.
played it.
Lethal Company.
Yes, with me, you, and Breon.
It's the
I have a clip
space.
of it. I have a
I'm
clip of it
shushing.
on TikTok.
I'm shushing.
I have not
Okay.
played Lethal Company, so I cannot say that personally. But I got a lot of I got a lot of vibes of the planet for other things that I've seen, but I can't like it personally like remember.
at this game. I was terrible at this fucking game. That's why I don't remember this shit. I'm pretty. Didn't I jump down a shaft? Didn't I
Probably.
jump?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you did.
I wouldn't put that past you.
Yep. Yep. We played it for like an hour, and I forget what happened, and I never touched it again.
But no,
Not on
I
purpose. I would play it again. I'm just saying, I was fucking terrible.
I loved getting to see a little bit more of like the world, like getting a little bit of like world building and universe building within
don't see
this,
too much of that
because
in
we
this
don't,
franchise.
we don't see a lot of any sort of planetary like any sort of planets anywhere in the system. I think the main one obviously being the one that Prometheus land on, but like we don't really see civilized in like you know places with civilization and civilians on it. So it was really cool to see that and see like the different types of people that were on there, because we see some really shady characters, we see some absolute assholes, to people who I don't care is just trying to get by, to the people who want to fucking escape.
Right.
Also, that planet does not have daytime, actually. I kind
Mhm.
of vibe with that. I like that actually.
So
I
I
like
think
that.
that would
I
get old after a while.
yeah, that's because of the like the systems of like all the storms and like kind of like that smog and stuff that they have.
Yeah, I hate the Sunday noise, so I'm okay with that. Also, for a shitty planet, it somehow looks really good, and I think that's Fede's just directing in his style, honestly.
Mhm.
Like he made a horrible life, like a planet to live on, look somehow. I don't even know the word to use. Pleasant, I
mean,
guess. Not
he's
pleasant like to actually live on. It's just visually pleasant, I think.
I
he's
think
really
it
fucking good at that, man. Like, not all of his movies are pretty good to look at, and all of his worlds feel pretty fucking lived in.
yeah. And like this just goes to like with what you were mentioning before we got into box office. Like I think that really helps. Like obviously the CG and like the effects in this look and feel great, and I think they're only enhanced by the color work that they've done to this film. Like the color artists they had working on this film did a fantastic job. It really portrayed the feel and the vibe. It stayed within like what I would expect to feel from Alien, but also refreshing it.
I agree. I would agree with that, actually. What am I saying? Shut up, Anthony.
Well, it's cool to see like that they had that nice little nod to the first one as soon as the movie starts. It's how the alien ends up getting in this movie at all. They like what pick up a fossil. It looks
Yep.
like from space.
Mm.
Yep.
And then of course we're dumb and instantly resurrect this world ender.
When will humanity learn to stop messing with xenomorphs in this universe? Like,
Which
seriously.
I wouldn't necessarily say we resurrect it. So my thought, and I had this discussion with Dan, because we see the face huggers that they have, like the different specimens of face huggers. They are inactive. They're dormant. They're basically in cryo sleep, if you will. And that would
They
make
created
sorry, what was that?
They created those.
Yes, no, 100%. However, I think the same thing was kind of for the xenomorph. We didn't resurrect it as we brought it out of hibernation because space is cold and suffocating, and I think it was kind of encased as a hibernation tactic. I don't think it was necessarily revived and resurrected as it was, hey, you brought me out of my basically my casing or my casket, let's say, for lack of a better way of putting it, and you let me thaw out.
And now I'm back to wreck your shit.
I'm gonna get back to that in a second because that whole sequence leads into meeting Rain and her robot brother Andy and all these other characters. And the plot is, and I'm not really gonna refer to the other ones too much because they're not that memorable. They're just there to kind of get off. I know enough
Yep.
about them, and one of them is sad for the reasons that they're pregnant, but that character ends up just being fucking food for the alien anyway. But yeah, everybody wants to get off this planet because it sucks, and they come up with this grand scheme. What is it? A satellite that's orbiting?
So it was actually a science. They thought it was, I believe, maybe a small, it was a small like abandoned ship,
Yeah.
but ended up being a whole science space station.
Right, and there's cryopods on there, and their plan is just to catch a ride, go into cryo sleep as it like keeps moving on, right?
Yeah, and well, they were going to take out the pods, which you see them eject them, and they were going to take his ship, or Tyler's ship that he had, and fly to the planet with
Just
them.
put
And it was
on the map.
9. It's I think if I remember correctly, it was 9 years to travel there. So they were going to cryo sleep for the majority of it and have Andy pilot the ship
Right
to get them there.
How the fuck can they afford that ship anyway? That's what I want to know. Like, I think it's Tyler. I think it's the Tyler character, right? That's the ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
He is very knowledgeable, and we don't really get told how he's this knowledgeable.
Well, we do know that they're we get a brief moment where we know their parents used to be alive on this planet. It could have been something that was his father's initially, or
Sure.
who knows, you know.
Could be.
They're obviously the sort of scavenging team that goes out and scavenges to make money and meet quota. Like
I
that
don't
is
even
the
see
job
them
that they're in.
scavenge, you know, they all meet up in the ship, and then we go about it. We go about our day. They don't actually show me shit.
Yeah, well, that part wasn't, I guess, important.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
I'm
that's
saying,
fair.
He's a very knowledgeable dude, and again, he ends up being fucking fodder for the alien. But he knows like a lot of shit, and they don't even really allude to me how he knows all this shit.
Sure.
Sometimes people are just smart, I guess. Sometimes people are just smart people.
Not when it comes to military grade weaponry.
Yeah, well, he
Well,
had to learn
no,
from
they
someone.
they did say that he learned a lot from like his video games and stuff that he would play.
Oh yeah.
Not
Yeah.
saying it's great reasoning, but that's how they filled in the blanks.
Yeah.
It'll
Right.
have to do there.
I guess so. But yeah, all the characters besides Andy are really kind of dull.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rain isn't a terrible character, but then she just ends up getting good when shit starts to go down because it's an alien movie and we need a heroine
that's
to do
true.
some shit. Which I'm not that that's a bad thing, but that's really what she's there for. So Andy's really got like the most fleshed out character, and he's a fucking robot.
Which is one thing that I said this to Dan right when we left the theater. What I love about this franchise is their, like, especially if we look back at like Prometheus, their use of these AI beings and how they end up being very pivotal to the story. And I love that we get Andy, but compared to, let's say, Prometheus and Prometheus 2, we get such a different type of AI and a different type of being in this setting. And I really, really love that. I love that they didn't just pigeonhole it and make it the same. You know what I mean?
Well, well, okay. So the Prometheus android is supposed to be based off the fucking Wayland Otani anyway, if I'm not mistaken. So like that's just a completely different caliber of android. So to your point, there's different ones, and I like that they do that. But yeah, Andy's like just a worker bot, essentially.
Yeah, he's like an out-of-date worker bot, basically decommissioned. Like, he's the old model, and he's also been tampered, was fixed, and then had code change and everything from Rain's father before he died.
So Andy's character makes me want to play Alien Isolation because there's androids in that game that have that jumpsuit on. So I'm just wondering like what the connection is or anything like that.
Is Alien Isolation actually canon to the franchise?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, but let me Google it.
Oh, cool. Oh shit, what was I gonna
it's
say?
Actually, it is canon. Yeah.
But that is their plan. They're going to get on this. They're going to take their ship, get on this station, get these cryopods, and go to sleep until they get to another planet. But when they get on the ship, we're dumb and resurrected, recreated, whatever. I'm not even sure if that is like an alien that got revived or if they just created a bunch of them. But regardless, they do end up creating these fucking aliens, and of course, shit goes south. You know,
my brother from another mother in chat.
Hey, Ryan.
What up, my boy?
So how do we feel about the alien?
For the rec, let me ask the question because you earlier, Morgan, you said we all love Alien. I was like, I like Alien. I like it like you guys all, but still. Have we ever actually seen, like, after the the chest burster comes out the chest, have we actually ever seen the alien grow?
Not like that.
No, not as detailed as that.
Okay, because that was exciting. Like, so this is how they get bigger. I've always wanted to know that.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. The xenomorph itself is freaking cool as hell as well. Looks great, filmed great, and I'm not gonna lie. I was at one point under the impression that there was only gonna be one xenomorph in this film, but as I can watch, it's like, oh shit, this got bad.
So I gotta give this movie all the credit for doing a very good job of melding the feel of one with the action of two, and even finding spots to do Prometheus shit. Like Fede did a very good job of bringing the whole franchise together in this one movie.
Like, I agree.
Kudos. All the kudos in the world.
I have always been vocal the fact that I always prefer the OG Alien to Aliens because I like that the first one was a sci-fi horror stuff stuck in space with a creature that's hunting you. Exactly. And then Aliens turned into like an action film, honestly. And I'm not saying that's really bad, but I, want to like better. And I do like action films. So yeah, I love that this film gave me both actually. Dude. And you guys still say that there's Prometheus stuff in there. I had to go back and like watch some like timeline videos of this, like, okay, because I'm not that deep into Aliens because I never watched Prometheus or Alien Covenant. So what did I miss, and what am I gonna like need to know about?
Yeah,
but it was still cool. No, I know now.
Okay.
So now I was like, okay, that's cool. They threw that stuff in there as well as
just an alien becoming a mountain.
Honestly,
you sent me that on fucking TikTok. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, isn't it like xenomorphs never stop growing?
Oh,
so
that's okay. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Fuck, I lost it again. Go ahead.
I was for a second like, wait a minute, because we had like the whole colony in the station and stuff like that. That many xenomorphs. I was like, is there a queen in here somewhere?
That's what it was. So Aliens is the perfect example of a sequel that just went, we're just going to do everything bigger and louder and more explosions and more action and more violence. And that's how we're going to be better than, and that's how we're going to be better than the original or separate ourselves from the original. Like they literally went bigger is better. That is the difference between Alien and Aliens. James Cameron just said balls to the wall, dude.
Yes, he does.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, I just wanted to make that point to see like that
and
transition.
it kind of makes sense though.
Like it's awesome.
It makes sense with it being actually placed in between the two films. You know, like we get to see, oh, this could have been what Aliens was. You know what I mean? However, luckily, due to the impact of the rings and everything and the destruction of the ship, this specific instance shouldn't happen. Technically, there's additional theories I could go into beyond that, but whatever.
Well, it's curious to see where that goes because now they've established a different branch in the universe, right? So now we can go in this direction and follow this story. And I mean, actually, it gives Ripley a break.
Yeah, I also love. I absolutely love all of the nods to Alien Isolation. Fede has actually came out and said and that he's played and that he loves Alien Isolation, so he made sure to pull in a lot of elements of that, which you get a lot, like them crawling through the air duct system in the beginning and like trying to move to get to areas. Because when they first go in and they're crawling in through this like hatch and like this whole, I'm like, how the hell are they gonna get those pods out through this? They're barely gonna fit. But I didn't know that they like actually ejected from their bay. But even like the grabbing of the guns, that was very much like nods to Prometheus, nods to Alien Isolation, how you get your guns and how you get your new ammo, stuff like that. Like I love seeing all of that.
There's IRL aim assist in this movie. That's so fucking funny. Also, I have a new question regarding alien stuff too, because there's a lot of stuff I wasn't always unsure about them. So face huggers, right? Do they hunt by sound and heat signature? Because there's a scene where they're trying to sneak through a room full of face huggers. Yeah. And it's like, okay, they have to be quiet. And they said something about the temperature and they're like, maybe like fucking with that. I was like, wait, I didn't know about that. Is that like a thing?
That is news to me as well. I think maybe the sound, but I don't even know if that was ever really a prevalent thing. I just think they were always just ruthless and they just keep going. And I guess they just kind of hone in. But as far as actually giving me an explanation, I can't say that I've had one in prior movies.
Yeah, I don't know if I also feel the same way. I don't think we've ever gotten that scientific like explanation before.
Yeah, like nobody's ever said it in the movie.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe in a comic, but yeah, not as far as I know in the movies, nobody says, yeah, this is how they hunt. They literally just hatch and usually it's because somebody's directly in front of it. Right? Usually somebody is either tied up or they're stupid and look at it, but the thing opens up and they just jump out and they get you. But in Aliens, there's one that Ripley fights in a chamber and it just keeps finding her and coming at her.
Yeah,
they don't tell me anything. It just attacks.
According to the wiki, once outside of the egg, face huggers use a similar set of thermo-auditory senses as the adult xenomorph does to track and close in on their prey.
Oh, that explains how xenomorphs hunt, because I don't remember them having eyes.
Yeah,
which they did.
They've got a human skeleton in that bulbous thing, but no eyeballs. So no, I guess it's canon now essentially.
Okay,
and it's cool. It's cool. That scene was kind of not my favorite because I knew I had a feeling that's how it was going to end. It seemed like a very easy thing. Like the robot is telling the humans don't sweat. Like, all right, cool. Good luck.
Yeah. I like how blunt he is once he gets like the new programming too.
Yeah. Andy with the upgrade is pretty sick.
Yeah.
I loved seeing that. This is something I pointed out even to Dan. Like, I really enjoyed like how because he wasn't perfect. He was glitching. He was having issues, and it's basically when he got that new chip, so he could have like the actual access codes to get into places. It was actually rewriting, not necessarily rewriting his software, but upgrading his software. Because before he was glitching everything. Because if you think about it, he's out of date. His code's out of date. It's like if we're running, maybe not this bad, but like Windows 97 compared to Windows 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. It's like that's not supported anymore. So there's going to be bugs. There's going to be issues the more you use this old out-of-date program. So I liked how they like showed that change with this new programming.
Mm-hmm.
I figured that because Fede was directing this, it was going to be some fucked up shit, and I was like half correct. Like there's some fucked up shit, and they definitely didn't shy away from the fact that the face hugger just shoved something down your throat. But other than that, I thought he was kind of tame with the violence. I don't know. How did you guys feel?
See, there you go again. Violence is better, apparently. I didn't really mind because I like the atmosphere and the visuals, definitely.
Well, I mean, come on though. Like we watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like he does some fucked up shit. It's a violent movie. We've seen Evil Dead. He does fucked up shit.
Okay.
To me,
That is true.
Don't Breathe. He does some extra fucked up shit in that one. I was surprised. That's all.
To me, I think, just assumption wise, like, I think he was pulling more of this vibe for this film from Alien Isolation, because that's a space station. Like there isn't as much like there is violence in the video game. Don't get me wrong, but it's more about working through the station and maneuvering things in like the situations, and it is about the murder, the death, and the gore.
Yeah, because
I didn't hate
is survival horror. I get it,
Yeah.
but this movie is not survival horror. It turns into a straight action movie by the time it's over.
I still think it's survival horror,
Just with action.
just with
I
action.
will say the
It
only thing.
starts out as survival horror. Like everybody that
I don't
isn't
think it
named
ever
Rain
loses-
goes through survival horror.
I don't think it ever loses its survival horror genre. It
Really?
just, yeah, I don't.
Kind of just evolves a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're talking in layman's terms of the fact that these characters have to survive, then yeah, okay, it's survival horror. But if we're talking about atmosphere, this turns into Aliens about 3/4 of the way through and pretty much stays there.
I don't fully agree.
Neither
Wow.
do I, hon.
Okay.
Also, I will say the only thing violent that I definitely would have loved to see, and I did, was of course the little mouth kills, because I like
yeah.
seeing that. So I at least got
Little
that.
Mouth.
It's
And I was
not
very happy
it's
to
not
watch-
an Alien film without one of those kills. Let's be honest.
And-
That was the lamest
Although-
kill to me.
I'm gonna be real.
It
My
wasn't as
still
impactful.
to this day, my favorite little mouth kill came from AVPR. Actually, the unrated version.
Who gets
No,
it?
it was a scene where a soldier looks through a car and then the xenomorph like pops up behind him and then just hits him. I just like it didn't cut. It was just pulls up. It was like I think it was actually filmed well. I think that's
I
why I like
remember
that.
that one. That one's pretty good.
But what was I gonna say? Also, it was really satisfying to see the racist. Wait, yeah, he's also racist and he's against robots. Thing guy died from the acid.
That's a lie. He had the lamest death because that acid doesn't really do anything to him.
Bjorn.
No, it got into his heart, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. But I
It
mean,
was
I just wanted to see him like melt. You know, like one of the things that I always wanted to see in this franchise, if somebody's gonna get a kill, is they kill the alien and it just like explodes all over them, and then it's like they melt like the dude from RoboCop.
Well, we sort of get that in AVPR. You
I
probably just
will
couldn't see
say
it.
though, I do
Yeah,
like
I
how
was just gonna fucking see it. Thank you.
I like how when the movie starts, we have like the anti-gravity on and it keeps purging its system, and I do like how that was used later for them to avoid.
Oh, that was cool.
That
That
was
was the best. That was honestly the best scene.
That was
I
really, really
might have to agree.
creative.
Yeah,
It
That was so cool.
creative.
That and the scene where all the face huggers chase them down through the hallways are my two favorite parts of this movie.
Yeah, that's actually intense. Like, don't get me wrong, like we kind of like when you think of the Alien franchise, you kind of like fucking face huggers. It's kind of like when you think of the Flood in like the Halo, you know, like goddamn Flood. But they're not like
pretty much.
they're to you like they're a threat, but they're not the main threat in your mind. But in that moment and seeing that horde chasing
You
after
should be
you.
more worried about. You should be more worried about them. You
Oh,
should be
I
more worried
agree.
about
You're
the
more
face
likely
huggers.
to die from the fucking face huggers than you are the xenomorph.
Well, I'm gonna die from the alien, but the alien's just gonna kill me. The fucking face hugger is gonna put a baby in your chest that's gonna burst out of you.
Yeah.
That,
I also love having that like handheld like X-ray thing.
that was cool as hell.
Being able to actually see
Oh!
it was really, really cool.
See, the thing too is you always heard the bones crunching when they came out. Seeing it, I was like, "Oh God!"
Yeah,
Oh.
I gotta think Fede walked into the pitch for that and was like, look, we're actually gonna show shit. Everything that everybody has wanted to see, we can finally show.
Somebody definitely wanted to see the face hugger penis down someone's throat.
Everybody has
Almost
their
got
kink.
2 of them. Almost got 2 of them. And then, but that's another thing too that I've never understood. And I guess it happens in Alien Covenant, a similar scene where somebody gets the thing wrapped around them, and quite a period of time passes. I like how they handled it better in Covenant than I do this one, because that scene just got boring. And I mean, at that point, seriously, at that point, when something has a hold of you like that, well, like, what do you think's gonna happen? They're just sitting there being like, "Oh, she's gonna be okay." No, she's not. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, so the well, even the what was his name? The freaking
Yorn?
no, the other
Tyler?
no, the other AI.
Oh,
Was it Rook?
Rock. I think it was Rock.
It's Rook.
Rook. Okay. Yeah, there it is. There's the name. So yeah, Rook explained to him like if you're just going to tug on it, it's going to like it's keeping her alive because like it actually like its whole body like breathes and match it. Like I liked how they went in to explain that. I think we've gotten that explanation before, but it was I liked it because of the whole thing going on with it.
Yeah.
I really
I'll be right back. Continue.
I do agree though, like their whole thing of like after they get it out of her, even Rook is like fucking kill her. Like she needs to die. For your safety, you need to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they don't, which I understand why. This is a friend. They're like not thinking straight or like thinking that way. But like how do you think she's gonna be fine? What do you think's gonna happen? Like, sure, they don't think maybe something's gonna burst through her chest, but how do you think she's gonna be okay after that? Which is, I think, what Luke was getting to.
I have only ever seen once in an Alien like thing where someone had a chest buster in them, and we actually kind of sort of had a way around it to make sure they could be okay. And that's the Alien versus Predator game.
Sure.
Because there is a large section of that game where like one of your companions has a chest buster in her, and initially they're trying to get her to an android to extract it safely, but then fucking Wayland, being a dick, shuts it all down. It's like, okay, put her in cryo sleep, save her life. This is all we got right now.
Right.
So that's the only time I've ever seen anyone have a chest buster, and it didn't kill him yet.
So during the elevator scene,
Mm-hmm.
does that xenomorph catch her and save her life, or is it just me?
I thought she got impaled for a sec, but I guess it did. Because Ravens did the same thing. Like, the fuck?
Yeah, what are we doing here? That doesn't make... It doesn't go anywhere, which makes it make even less sense.
Plot
but a xenomorph
armor.
literally catches a character out of the air and like puts it on a ladder to save its life, and then immediately gets killed.
I thought for a second, like, okay, maybe he saved her to eat her, or maybe to hive her.
I genuinely thought it was going to eat her, and maybe it was getting to that, but she had plot armor, so it didn't happen. I also thought she was going to get skewered. Like...
That was very confusing. Very confusing. I also don't like how fast Rain turns into Ripley. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but she does it pretty quick. Like, as soon as she gets that gun, she's pretty much in go mode. You know what I mean? Even with the aim assist, this is still an amateur that's never held a gun.
Hey, aim assist goes a long way. You see how these cheaters get far in Call of Duty, bro.
She's modern.
Exactly. See?
She needs to be banned.
Exactly. Honestly, I don't think that bothers me too much to think that, yeah, she might become kind of quote unquote badass really quick, but I like to think of it as, look, we are in trouble here. We are stuck on a station with these things trying to kill us, and I've got like, fuck it, I gotta try. I want out of this alive. I want to go home with my robot brother.
I mean, like, fair.
Sometimes you just I was gonna say sometimes you just gotta lock in. Just gotta lock in.
Fair, and
that's how I look at it too.
And I get it, but you know, we've got the robot that could have done some more shit. He does fight some aliens, but he could have done a whole lot more. We didn't have to necessarily kill off the dude that knows how everything works, apparently, off so soon. You know, I'm just saying there's other ways around it, but even though I know it's coming, it just felt a little too easy. And then once she has that gun, I don't ever really think she's in much danger.
I was worried about it when she was navigating through all that damn acid floating.
That one.
I was worried about that. I would like.
Fair.
I'm gonna be real, like, because Alien Romulus is starring characters we've never seen before, so it's like they could all get axed off. Honestly, it's not like we're with a character who we know we'll see them down the line in the future, like how some prequels do. So you're like, okay, they're gonna be okay. So I had the feeling like this could still go bad. This could still go really bad.
I did not have that thought at all. The only thing that surprised me was that Andy kind of lost the upgrade as soon as he did. I thought maybe there'd be a little bit more with that, but I'm not mad at what I got. Don't get me wrong. I don't want this to sound like a critique to where I don't like it. I do like it, but I thought there'd be a little bit more. And, you know, even though because it's all tropes, I know that what's coming is coming, but man, it just felt easy. I don't know.
Hydrate and posture check.
Thank you.
What's
Cheers.
wrong with my posture?
Oh God. Oh, and stretch.
You need a better chair. That's what you need.
Me, I need a better chair. I do need a better chair, but I like to lean forward a lot.
Oh God.
I mean, I still lean forward even mine.
Oh, thank you. My practice do need that. Oh, I
Thanks,
think
Ram.
nap after that.
That's really like the only things I don't like about this movie. The fact that everything does feel a little too easy. Seriously, once she gets that gun and it has fucking aim assist, it's like, well, all right. They even say she has like 240 rounds, but she has bullets in that gun for the rest of the fucking movie.
No, it goes down. Like he even says you have 10%. She just never ends up ever getting to finish.
The very end. There's just she shoots a lot.
They show multiple
There's
scenes.
A lot of alien. I don't know.
They show multiple scenes of like of it dwindling.
We're gonna have to count that out. Like for real.
You might have just been blinking.
How many shots does she actually shoot as opposed to what the fucking thing says?
How the fuck should I know, man?
I want to know.
We just gotta take into account. We just gotta take that futuristic weapon. And you know what, Luke? I will say this: it could have been worse.
Honestly, though,
no aim assist, and she could have been that good. But
so
she had
I was
aim
gonna
assist,
say,
so
I actually prefer her having an aim assist and then being that good compared to never used it, just got a gun and is like fucking Jesus with it. You know, like.
Well, we could also get.
She would have been more like Ripley if she didn't have aim assist.
We could get more of the robot. Yeah, and also Ripley earned that because she goes through all that shit throughout the entire movie. You know what I mean? I don't know that Rain really goes through all that much because everything happens like so fast.
And I get that. This film is.
I'm gonna look that up. Go ahead.
No, I have the thing still up. It is 119 minutes. So.
I don't know. Somebody do math.
It's like
an
hour
right
and 40
now.
minutes.
So, it's longer than that. It'd be 2 hours and almost 240.
How many minutes?
119.
119. 60 minutes is an hour.
Yep.
So 120 would be 2 hours. Oh yeah, 119.
There you go.
Math be mathin' when you do it properly.
Well, I don't like math, so I choose not to do it properly sometimes. Okay.
Okay, so the movie is longer than I thought, but it still feels like things happen a little too quick for me. That's all I'm saying. Not that that's a problem. I mean, shit, we gotta hit certain beats and we gotta get to them, and there's like expendable characters. I guess my next question would be, and nobody actually has to do this, is like how many minutes in like a kill count thing? How many minutes are in between kills?
Oh, let James do that when he gets to
I'm just saying.
Also, shout out to James A. Denise. That dude is freaking awesome.
Seems like a good dude.
Oh yeah, and he's from the D.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
I mean, his wife went to you then.
I do agree. Like, I think the one that gets the best, that has the best character, let alone best development, whether that be through upgrade or not, is Andy. I think the second
100%.
best character we get just by default is Rain, because we
100%.
get the most screen time with her. After that, my next favorite character if we're not talking about the aliens, because yes, the xenomorph, absolutely. But after, I think the next like human or android person is Rook. I think the actor did a really good job.
So that's cool that they got the likeness and did the whole CGI deepfake thing for that character.
Was not a Daniel Betts did the face and vocal performance. And then Ian Holm was the reference. So yes, they did do the deepfake.
And that is not actually Ian Holm's character, but it's the same model of android, and they gave him the name Rook. And
correct.
I like how they did that. That was pretty cool, and it was cool to see him. It added a little bit more gravitas to the fucking film, which was nice. And I dug all the tie-ins. I dug the fact that we led with the Nostromo. I dug the fact that it's the same alien from Nostromo. I dug the fact that they threw in that nice transition and mix into aliens. The Prometheus fucking throwbacks were cool. I'm not going to get into the ending because that would be spoilers, but it is pretty Prometheus, that ending.
Fuck yeah, it is.
I enjoyed it.
And we got to throw in Alien 3 because one of the ladies was bald-headed.
I argue she gets it the worst.
Also, there is a famous basketball player who actually plays that xenomorph we get in the end.
I would not know who that is at all.
Yeah,
Who is it?
I'm gonna probably fuck up this last name, but Robert Bobrovsky.
Hang on. Continue.
But visually, if we're not gonna spoil it, just the CG, the practical effects mixed with the CG, it was fucking horrifying in the best way possible. I fucking loved it, and I could see this being a very, very interesting development for the franchise. I don't think I want to focus on this like twist that we get at the end for the longevity of this franchise, but I could see us getting maybe it in the future again.
Perhaps so. Although I think I personally would rather stick to what we know and like, because get the fuck out of my face, little gnat. I will find that gnat and I will kill it.
It's that time of year, man.
Did you find him, Luke, or do you want me to send you the name?
Oh, no, I got it. Robert Bobrovsky.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, you were pretty much on point.
Perfect.
That's awesome. That's cool. And dude, like that thing's probably gonna give me a nightmare eventually.
Honestly, that thing made me so uncomfy. Like it is just like
it's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfy. And what's crazy is the height is Robert, the basketball player who played it, he's 7'7". Like he's a tall as fuck guy. Super thin and skinny. Like
in that getup.
It was fucking terrible. The tail alone. Oh my god. Everything made me uncomfy.
That's all we're gonna tell you. You have to go watch it because it's kind of worth it for that scene. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, except I wasn't enjoying how we saw it come to be though.
I tell you what.
Maybe I'll take it back. There's some fucked up shit in this movie. Fede does his thing. Never mind.
I am happy. Since we're not spoiling the ending. There is a moment when he is going to kill, or when we find him dead with the first person he kills.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going a different direction.
Oh God!
Yeah,
I did too. Actually, for a brief second, I was like,
"That's Splice." You gotta watch the movie Splice if you want that.
No, I didn't even like watching that either.
Yep.
Or Species.
I've seen both, sadly. But I thought it was going
bad.
I thought it was going a different direction. I do really like some things that they did with the character in that moment that specifically dies, like leading up to all of that. But I won't get into specifics, otherwise it will definitely spoil things for people who haven't seen this movie yet.
Yeah.
There was that ending was crazy.
Overall, we're gonna get into scoring, but I'm very comfortable calling this the third best Alien movie.
It's probably my second favorite.
Ooh, okay.
Genuinely, I can't rank it. I would probably say it's in top. I know for a fact it's in top 3. I can't say where. It's definitely not number 1. It's either 2 or 3. I haven't watched some of the older franchise, like the older movies of the franchise in a long time, so I just need to rewatch them all to like
It's a bold
properly.
move saying it's number 2. I mean, that's a bold fucking move, sir.
How many times do I gotta tell you that I don't like Aliens that much?
That's so weird.
I'm sorry, man. When they got away from the horror, I was like, okay, like it's still good, but
I do love
like,
the dark horror vibes we get back from this, and that it went back to like it felt like it went back to its roots. Do I think a lot of it wasn't necessarily terrifying? No, because we know what to expect. But I love the vibe that we got from this from this movie.
I got to be honest with you. If it stayed having the same vibes from the beginning, the number 1 vibes the whole time, I probably am going to call this the second best movie in the franchise.
Fair.
Like, if we could have just done the horror thing, I'm here for it, you know, because they were doing such a good job.
I still think we got a lot of it considering. Oh, my favorite jump scare that actually. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be real.
There were too many jump scares in this movie. This movie's better than the amount of jump scares that it has.
Yeah, that is true. But I will say the one at the end, with the one thing, I was like, oh god! Thank God we're not in the theater. Otherwise, I'd have screamed out loud, hardcore. So I would say horror vibes were all over. They threw in some. I would say this movie is like 70% horror, 30% action. I would say.
I disagree.
I
give it like 65
of action.
Yeah, 65. What would that be? 65, 30?
35.
Yeah, 65, 35.
Wow, we all know Luke can't math here.
No, I've never claimed to be able to either. I'm a writer. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
Kind of what I do sometimes.
I don't know, man. At least we didn't see
though.
Rain show up in a big mecha to fight a big xenomorph, I suppose. So that's why.
But she got an aim assist gun. God damn it!
It's not a freaking mecha.
It's fucking aim assist gun. It's
okay, so she can shoot something.
I would rather her be good with an aim assist than her be good without it, because then she would have felt more like Ripley.
Well,
like, not that she doesn't already get Ripley vibes.
She absolutely would not have felt like Ripley, because if this played out the same way, it would have made even less sense. The fact that there's aim assist makes sense. It 100% makes sense and fits. I'm just saying, for me, once I know that the thing's just going to do that's basically doing the work for her, the stakes go down for me. Had she had to learn it on her own, or if she did start shooting it on her own, it wouldn't have made sense, but the stakes would have been higher because she's actually doing it herself.
She got a little boost there.
To me. So that's why I say, for me, the horror is about 65.
Okay.
Because once she gets that gun, seriously, I'm like, well, you're gonna be just fine.
But I feel like the horror definitely comes back by the end with the final enemy too, though.
I don't disagree, but I gotta watch it again and I can make a better argument.
Because there's a lot of like quote unquote stealthiness and stuff like that, and then oh man, that final scare.
Well, and that monster is really fucking off-putting. Like that alone,
it
does ramp up the horror. But then the rest of it, like I've seen it in Alien Resurrection.
I will say this too, because like that thing was so unsettling. It reminded me of why I did not like looking at long legs. Nope, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. I did this myself. I'm not gonna do it. We're just gonna leave it alone. We're going to leave it alone.
So yeah, you guys want to score it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you had one problem. Okay, anyway, let's score this movie.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
6.5.
I could probably make the argument for 7, but I could also make the argument for 6.
Interesting.
What about you?
Okay,
Trey?
I'm giving this an 8. I thought this movie was solid and I liked it. I want to watch this movie again, definitely.
I do.
I'm gonna be real.
This
might be a new movie that I put on in the middle of the night when I just want some creepy horror stuff that I can just fall asleep to, because I love doing that.
Man, I see, like that's why I'm giving it 6.5. You guys keep talking about this horror, and I'm like, where was the fucking horror? There's jump scares, for crying out loud.
You know you can have horror and jump scares, you know, right?
But they gotta be good.
Yeah, and I'd say there were some good ones,
dude.
It wasn't all over the place. It wasn't Conjuring.
Conjuring is good though. Like it makes sense in the context of the story because it's a ghost story. Those make sense. It's like the worst jump scare I've ever seen is in the Poltergeist remake when a squirrel jumps out. Like that one was all-time bad jump scare. This has some to me like come on jump scares. You know, like when they open the door and there's just their like brothers stand on the other side and they give you the music. Those are some of the jump scares that are in this. This movie is too good to have these jump scares. As far as the actual horror element goes, like I said, about 65%, because once she gets that fucking gun, all right, cool, I know what's gonna go down now. She's just gonna start offing fools, and that's exactly what she does.
But it's still intense though, and even the acid where she has to dodge all the acid that's flying in space and shit like that.
It ends up becoming intense because of that scene, which is awesome.
What about the
It's
elevator?
awesome.
It's coming down and everything like that. You got
The xenomorph catches her and puts her to the side for no reason, and then it gets squished. No, that doesn't. No, you don't get credit for that.
You know, fine, I'll give you that much at least. I don't know why Xenomorph was saving her life
That's,
anyway.
dude, that's
but
why
then the final
I'm
enemy,
saying.
though.
That's why I'm
the
saying.
final enemy, which again also really throwback to the first Alien, how they do it. Like, okay, we're on the escape shuttle, but we still got a problem here.
Off-putting to me doesn't necessarily mean horrific or scary. It's just really off-putting. Like, you know, there's
I guess maybe we're just thinking differently because I find off-putting things can frighten me in a way. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, actually.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just picking the argument a little too much. But I mean, then, like I said, it plays out in something that I've kind of seen before. But that design is awesome. No, it's a great design.
Really Fair enough. Also, I never brought this up too because I was actually super fascinated by this. Using the rings of a planet to destroy a ship. I didn't think that was like. I'm not smart, okay? I would have thought if something crashed into the rings, sure, maybe some damage, but I thought maybe the meteors would move or something. No, like, it was like you were scraping on the ground, so that was really cool. Actually.
Oh yeah, Swiss cheese in that boy.
Oh yeah, that you get absolutely shredded because it's a mixture of like rock and ice, like it's a whole bunch of stuff, and I mean, ships and as we already know, asteroids don't mix well from previous things and also science.
So I'm gonna show up now so you guys can actually score. So
I say, Morgan, you're signing.
Maybe it's my biasness because of how much I love the Alien franchise, but I walked out of the theater giving it a 9, and I still give it a 9. Okay. I loved this. This had everything in that I want to see in an Alien film. Like, I get this dark vibe. I get more horror than I have in previous installments. I get creep factor. I get really cool science that I get to think about. You know, I get action. I get a dope ass android that is so sweet. I fucking love Andy so much. Just for me and everything, like how this was filmed, being able to see where there were little Easter eggs and little callbacks, even just getting the vibes of Alien Isolation, though I did not play Alien Isolation because I knew it'd be a game I would never complete. But watching the whole playthrough of it, like, absolutely fucking love it. I loved seeing how much it felt like Fede cared about this film and what it could be in the franchise. So for me, it was a 9.
Okay. I figured you'd probably give it the highest rating, seeing that you were definitely the biggest fan.
I don't know if she's necessarily the biggest fan. I will insert my fandom. I love this franchise as well. But yeah, we definitely have different feelings on this one.
Yeah, but just it's surprising actually. But the Alien franchise is very, very nostalgic for me. The Alien franchise is one of, I will say many, but it had a big influence of me ever getting into filmmaking.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, H.R. Geiger is represented well in this movie for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. What else you got? Do you want to take us home?
I'll take us home, boys.
Don't forget the popcorn.
So before we wrap up,
the things that we're doing.
yeah, duh, bitch.
Wow.
No. So what you hear this man mumbling about over here? First things first, I want to give.
She's gonna kill you, you know.
What else?
I'm not gonna give a shout out to Crawl Space. Fuck that thing. No, I'm kidding.
You just did.
So everybody in chat, right there is a link to the Crawl Space Instagram account, which is Luke's film he's working on. Luke, please, if you could give a little bit more, I guess, than what I can give, since this is your baby.
Want some context?
Yeah.
So, Crawl Space, the movie, we were gonna have to figure that out because there's another one that was called Crawl Space that came out in 2020. That's besides the point. Anyway, in this film, we got a young couple that move into a home that is over the burial of a witch. I don't want to give too much away, but that witch is slowly starting to be resurrected and is wreaking havoc on the family. Chaos ensues. A little bit of a slow burn, but from everything that I've heard, all the feedback that I've gotten on this project, it's exciting and it's worth the slow burn. So we've been filming this, man, since May. Everything's been going good. We're a little over halfway done, I would say, and hopefully by the end of September we're done and we got an edit going so people can check it out. But if you're interested and want to see what we're doing and keep up with what we're doing, check out that Instagram right there. Give us a follow, and we post weekly now, so you'll be able to see some behind the scenes things. So yeah, check us out.
For anybody who isn't in our chat that can click on it, it is the Crawl Space movie. Just search that up on Instagram and you'll find it.
Please do. A lot of people are doing a lot of things to get this done, and everybody has been fucking phenomenal on this project. Anthony has come out and seen what we're doing and helped us out. It's very much a low
I
budget
can't wait to
thing.
get out to help.
Everybody is just doing much more than they need to, and I am the writer. I am a producer. I am in it. I'm so excited for everybody to check this out, and I just could not be more appreciative of the people that have devoted their time and helped me try and bring this to life. So thank you, everybody. Anthony, Morgan, I'm gonna thank you preemptively because I know you're gonna come out. But
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's very much a group effort, and it's been a great time. So stay tuned.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can't wait to work on it and also see how many jump scares you have. So, no, I'm just teasing you, bud. So, with that being said, you can also find me over on Twitch at The True Tash. I'll be this Friday doing a cooking stream, the long-awaited cooking stream, since
Georgia!
many people know I am an avid home chef, and I've had many people ask me to do cooking streams. So this weekend, I'm having a Hobbit and Lord of the Rings marathon for anybody who can stick through and do it back-to-back with me, and I'm making a lot of food for it, so I'll be doing a bunch of food prep and cooking the day before on stream.
I just want to say this. If it is Georgia Foodworthy and I'm not there to fucking grab that food, I'm going to be upset.
I am not taking on the persona of Georgia Foodworthy.
All right,
that may happen in future installments, but I just know a bunch of people have been wanting to watch me cook. But with that also being said, everybody, coming soon onto our YouTube, you'll be able to watch our channels, or our shows that you see on this channel. So if you miss an episode, don't worry, you can also catch it over on YouTube coming very soon. I am busting my ass off with the help of Dreaded to get all of our previous work up there. That way you all can enjoy everything. But yeah, stay tuned to our socials, because you'll be getting a message on social media anytime a new episode goes live on YouTube, as well as any future episodes that you'll be able to listen in podcast form over on Spotify.
We got a backlog for days, ladies and gentlemen. Be prepared.
we are really excited to be getting this where we've been wanting to get it for a long time and be able to give you other ways to be able to watch, love, and enjoy our show. And that will also mean smaller tidbits that can be watched on TikTok down the line.
Probably would have had it soon, but some of us are lazy and get busy and then just, forget, and, just things happen.
That's okay. I'm also awful about giving myself too much to do. So, yeah. But we're getting in there, and we're super excited for that. So make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, however you prefer to call it. YouTube even, and even over on TikTok. It is all live. We just are going to be adding content as we can. But if you look us up at Podcast Wanna or Wannabees Podcast on those platforms, we will show up. YouTube specifically being Wannabees Podcast. But we cannot wait to be able to give you our content on multiple platforms for your enjoyment. Yeah. Without further ado, everybody, we're the Wannabees Podcast. I'm Morgan, that's Luke, and that's Dreaded. And we will see you next week for our movie review of The Crow that released last week. So it'll be
I can't wait.
Great.
We're going to have fun with that one.
It's going to be a good time. I can't wait. And y'all, we'll see you next week. And next time, don't forget the popcorn, all right? See you, everybody.
Bill Skarsgård is sexy in that movie too.